opinion. So this time around, let's welcome Dr. Babatunde Ogunkinle, who is the next expert view provider. He's a consultant gynecologist and medical director at Origine Fertility, a clinic that offers assisted reproductive technology.
Bukola, I said it's an Origin, yes.
Origine Fertility, a clinic that offers assisted reproductive technology. Dr. Ogunkinle, you have the floor, sir.
Good evening, everybody. I'm sorry, because people are connected from all over the world. So I will say good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are joining from. And I'm going to start by congratulating Ms. Olunloyo and also thank her for the privilege, for the honor she's given me to be part of this launching. I met her about 2 years ago. And since then, you've been like somebody that I've known for all my life. Like she said, she's an open book. She's open to knowledge wherever she can get the knowledge. But I'm going to talk about my own experience when it comes to reproduction. And I'll take a cue from what Professor Fatusi said. And please, excuse me, this is not a gender bias if I make reference to women, because they're the one that is mostly, or that is more affected because of our environment, our culture. They said from the beginning from menarche, that's when the woman starts period, to menopause, when she stops menstruating. They are preoccupied with either getting pregnant or preventing pregnancy. But as Professor Fatison has earlier mentioned, the awareness is stepped to one side, which is prevention of pregnancy. Nobody talks about how you can prevent infertility. What the people that I've come across, especially when it comes to that age, the age in which the clock has been ticking and the alarm is already sounding, the emotion is more of regret. But I wish I knew this many years back. I wish I was aware of this. And from my experience, this cuts across all kinds of people, regardless of their socioeconomic status. Even among medical professionals, because of my own profession, I come to realize that some of my colleagues that are not in obstetrics, even among the obstetricians and gynecologists, the knowledge about reproduction, especially the physiology of reproduction, is very limited. And this is something that is not thought about. And these people who come with a lot of regret they are not regretting because they did not have the means, not because they didn't have the time, just because they were not aware that there's a difference between reproductive age and chronological age. The reproductive age comes usually all the time, unless there's premature death. Reproductive age comes earlier than the chronological age, such that by the time a woman gets to 35 years old, the reproductive capacity begins to decline sharply. And some of these people, apart from lack of awareness, I also understand that the culture, the influence in which Adela also mentioned in her book, we have so many other factors influencing our decision. We wait for people to validate our decision rather than taking decision on what is important to us. What will my neighbor say? What will my pastor say? What will the society in general say if I choose to be a single woman? Now I've left the issue of lack of awareness, but the people who even knew beforehand, they are unable to make the right decision about whether they want to be a single parent. But things are beginning to change now because we have men coming forward that they also want to be parent, and they are using surrogate. So where I'm going is that this book will open I hope Adeola's book will open the discussion, the necessary discussion, and probably if we know people in position of leadership, this is a subject that should be taught in school, that there's an age cap in reproduction because women will have it between 18 and 30 years, or from 30 years old starts to decline. And there's a way in which we can at least prevent this. It's not a foolproof because it's possible for one to save eggs. And at the time of use, none of the egg will survive. But I'll say saving the egg is better than doing nothing at all. And the same thing goes for men. For many reasons, because it's a woman that gets pregnant. So most men don't even know that they're infertile. The cause of the infertility in that partnership is related to them. And the society too is not very kind to women because it's the woman that gets pregnant. So if there's a problem in the family, the accusing finger is always pointing at the woman that she's the one who cannot get pregnant. Meanwhile, the problem lies with the man in the house. And also because of our culture, women also protect their husband. They said they want to shield the shame of the family. They are not going to wash their dirty linen. So they continue to take the burden of that infertility. So there are many ways to prevent this through either oocyte freezing, and the time is also very important because these women who are coming forth now asking for their eggs to be frozen, they're coming at a time in which it's too late because ideally, you should not be freezing your eggs at 40. Number one, it's almost impossible to get good quality eggs that you can rely on in future. So what we usually advise is that maybe they should think about the option of becoming parents immediately through either in the US, they call it single parents by choice, which you can either opt for a willing partner to donate sperm or use anonymous sperm and get pregnant immediately. People going for, even a young lady going for chemotherapy, we can freeze the ovarian tissue for later use. And also the same thing goes for men. Men can also store their sperm. Testicular tissue can be stored before chemotherapy. And if you are not sure when you want to get married, you can preserve your sperm or your eggs for maybe because of your career. So at the end of the day, you have something to follow. And sometimes when we get to a point in which these are no longer available, we should be open to other alternatives, which using donor sperm, donor eggs, embryo adoption, and you can also adopt a child. So at this point, I will encourage all of us to join hands with Ms. Olunloyo in championing this course about fertility or reproductive education. So at this point, I will like to congratulate Ms. Olunloyo again for launching her book. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for that very enlightening expert view. To manage our time, I won't